Grafting Stockinette. Here's a quick tutorial for grafting two stockinette pieces of knitting together seamlessly. In this example here, the Fizzy Lizzy pullover, the centre here has been grafted to join the two halves of the project together. And as you can see, it's quite a seamless join. You can't tell really where the knitting ends and starts. So a quick tutorial to demonstrate that. So we'll begin with our two pieces of knitting that we want to join together and a tapestry needle, that's what you'll be using, and some scissors. Firstly, we'll need to cut off a length of yarn from the work that's long enough to graft the two pieces together. So estimating about 4 times the length of the work will be plenty there. Need it long enough, but don't want it too long that it gets all tangly. The work on each needle, and it could be that both pieces are on one set of needles in a magic loop form, or we've got 2 sets of needles here. And we'll be working with the right side facing. So the wrong side will be down and the 2 right sides facing. And we will begin by threading that yarn onto the needle and by working some set-up stitches. So it's quite a repetitive process, but the first 2 stitches set up for the rest of the grafting. I have the yarn attached to this front piece at this point, and the first setup stitch is to bring it purlwise through the front of the first stitch on the front needle, and then going to bring it knitwise through the first stitch on the second or back needle and pull that snug. And now we'll begin the 4-step process that will continue for the rest of the grafting. Step 1 is insert the needle through that first stitch on the first needle, knitwise, and take off the needle. So 1 stitch has been dropped. Now bring that needle back through what is now the first stitch, purlwise, and leave that on the needle. Now we come to the back needle and we're going to insert the needle, tapestry needle, purlwise into that first stitch and take it off the needle. And now come to what is now the first stitch on the back needle and insert it knitwise and leave it on the needle. And we will continue those 4 steps. Insert knitwise, take off the needle, insert purlwise, leave on the needle. Insert purlwise, take off the needle, insert knitwise, leave on the needle. And you can see some stitches have been grafted together now. Continuing that stockinette pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Knitwise and off the needle, purlwise and leave on the needle, purlwise off the needle, knitwise, leave on the needle. And it's good to just stop and keep stretching it out as you go so you can admire that magic, but also make sure the tension is nice and even. And continue knitwise and off the needle, purlwise, sleeve on the needle, purl and off, and knit. So you can start to turn the manoeuvres into one. So to make it a little bit faster. It's pretty rhythmic. Once you get into the zone, it happens quite readily. Just need to give yourself a bit of headspace and quiet to focus. And graft your knitting. And once you get to the final two, just slip each one off. And done. Give it a little stretch out.